Okay, so here's what's on the bench today. I got a new guitar. It's one of those cheapest on Amazon kind of things. Let's take it out of the box and let's get a good look at this thing. Right, so Fesley Guitars to lead the new cool. This is what kind of is really funny. To me, it says electric guitar. The latest design, right here it cracks me up. Create a graceful tune, enjoy a Fesley life. Every note is alive. Every Fesley has a living soul. Wow. The moment you lay your fingers on Fesley, your fingers, you're starting a conversation with life. Wow, communing with souls and changing your life. That seems a bit maybe over the top. I'm expecting a lot now when I open up this guitar. Let's see what's in here. These guys are really shooting for the stars here. This guitar, I think it's one of those guitars where it's kind of like the cheapest on Amazon kind of thing. Let me set it over here on the bench so we can get a good look at it. Okay, so here we go. Fesley Crafted Edition. Looks, you know, very Strat style. Fesley. And you got the humbucker single. It does have adjustable pole pieces there. I guess you have a volume tone, 5-way switch, black hardware. It's in flat black. I don't see any serial number on it. But yeah, that's I guess it feels pretty cool. I kind of like the neck. They were really trying to jazz this thing up. Let me plug this thing in. Yeah, they were really trying to hype this guitar up. Okay, you got a volume, tone. The knobs are coming off really easily here. It's making noise. Okay, so I got the whammy bar here. And I don't see any threads on it, so it looks like maybe it lays down in there. There we go. So that's kind of nice. Very standard Strat. No pickguard, which I like. Oh, well, the string is caught up under the fret here. So there we go. Fret ends are pretty rough. But a lot of guitars, that's kind of almost expected nowadays. I hate to say that, but here in Arizona, if it's laid around in its box for a little while, needs to be hydrated. But I mean, I guess it's okay. But the box said that if we go by what the box says, it's like every note is alive, and the moment you lay your fingers on the Fesley. Fesley reminds me of School of Rock, where Jack Black was Mr. What was it? Mr. Sneebly? Yeah. So, Fesley guitars. I do have a link in the description below. It's an Amazon link. If you click on that and get yourself a Fesley, I think I make 50 cents or something like that. And so, yeah, Fesley guitar. Let's work these frets a little bit, because they are they're pretty bad. Let me get in here and we can see this really quick up close. So let's take a look at this first fret right there. Do you see that one right there? That one's pretty rough. So yeah, on a scale from 1 to 10, these frets feel like about a 2 or a 3. They're pretty bad, but I think, again, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's very dry. And so I'm not really blaming the manufacturer or anything for that like that. I got guys coming in the store. Be right back with you. Okay, so I'm just going to spend a few minutes. Here's my StewMac fret file that I have. And the bottom of it is rounded. It has a little contour sort of radius to it. The top is flat. I always use the rounded side. And we just kind of give it one swipe on each fret. Try to round over the top a little bit. Yeah, but you guys, I do have that Amazon link in the description below. And even if you need a new pair of shoes or something, you're going on Amazon for any reason, click that link for me. It helps support the channel. It keeps me motivated to make videos. And I really appreciate it. So now I'm changing to lefty, doing one swipe on each fret. Move the string out of the way. You know, flat finishes, I'm not going to just bag on this guitar right off the bat. The description on the cardboard was very crazy though. But they're really trying to hype it. But I like a maple neck. Kind of like a flat finish. It's got the 22nd fret. See there? That made a dramatic difference right there. This one maybe just a little bit. That made a dramatic difference, just that. So let me flip it around this way. Do the same thing here. Seems like skinny tall frets on this one. Don't know the exact specifications of this guitar. We can kind of look at a few things though. This is one of the most important things you can do to your guitar. If it's just something that doesn't have a lot of binding on the neck, if it doesn't have a lot of finish, or you're really worried about scratching your finish up, I would do this process on every one of these maple necks that has the frets, and I wouldn't worry about it too much, you know, as far as I'm going to scratch the fingerboard. It's hard to get in here and get these because I don't want to scratch the body, but I'm just going to hit it a little bit like that. See if I can do this. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. So, crafted edition, huh? Let's look at the neck. I have my notched straight edge here. Fesley, Mr. Fesley. It's a long scale guitar. And the neck looks really nice and smooth. I can just real quick take my my small fret guard that I use on everything. We can see if I slide it under here, it does not fit underneath any of these. So yeah, it's pretty flat. Now this guitar did get traded into me, so there is a chance that somebody had adjusted the truss rod before it got to me, like the previous owner, because I got this traded in. Somebody bought this and then brought it into me, and it was still in the box and traded it in. I didn't buy this guitar. I took it in as a trade-in. Fesley Crafted Edition. It's a little weird that it doesn't say where it's made. Maybe that's on the box. It did come with a gig bag. So thin, kind of crunchy, a little bit of pad in there. Kind of a unique gray plastic vinyl kind of a feel to it. It also came with a truss rod tool. And the other Allen wrenches, I call them Allen wrenches. Okay, let's see. Let me pull this wrench out of here. It'll let me have it. And down here on the truss rod. Down here on the truss rod, we can see that that wrench does fit in there. And it's turning. Feels good. So it does have that. Now I'm going to guess a guitar like this probably has maybe a 10-inch, 12-inch radius. So I do have this inexpensive plastic radius gauge. Let's just take a look at 10. Let me get in here and take a look at that. To me, that looks like a 10-inch radius. There's the 7 1/4, which is old Fender radius. Well, you know what? That doesn't look bad either. Let me look at 10 again. I'm pretty sure if you go on the Fesley site, all this will be there. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a 10-inch radius. And, you know, here's something else that we can do. I'm just winging it right here, guys. But here's something else that we can do. Let me get my ohm meter. And we can take a look at ohms. I set this over to ohms, which is down here. Put it at 20. Turn this thing on. Make sure that the volumes are all the way up. This is my worst complaint, is how loose these are. Make sure that the volume is all the way up here. And ground. It looks to me like the bridge position is 8.64. Stay, baby, stay. 8.64 there. Center position 5.93, and up in the neck 5.57. So very vintage Strat, you know, your average Strat type of pickups. So that's what they were going for here. They were just going for a black Strat. Looks like it came with a set of 9 through 42 strings on there, gauge strings. So, yeah, Fesley Guitars available on Amazon. I'm pretty sure. Let me know if any of you guys, leave me some comments. Let me know if any of you guys have ever seen these. It's one of those new brands, right? The cheapest thing on Amazon type of thing. Looks like a plastic nut, and it looks like they kind of missed a little bit where it's sticking over the edge here just a little. And on this side, it's kind of moved. It looks like the nut's moved over to this direction a little bit because it's sticking over a little bit right there. The black, old school Kluson style of tuners. All the hardware is in black. Again, no serial number on it. So, I have no idea what age it is, anything like that. I guess what's left is to just plug it in and play it a little bit. So, let's see what happens. Here we go. Alright, so I got Simon, who is a great customer here in my store. He's going to play this thing a little bit and maybe give you some of his first impressions of it.
Fesley Guitar, inhabited by spirits from other worlds. Of course, you have an HSS setup. You get some 60 cycle hum if you're doing a single coil. You get a big, round, fat type of humbucker tone if you get this bridge pickup. But you can get all the in-betweens. They're nice kind of mid-indented type of sounds if you do the in-betweens. Very cool for like funk music. So, I don't know, this is what I would typically expect from an overseas guitar. I do think that the highlights of this though, the satin finish is really nice, the neck feels nice. The tuners, if you were, this would be like if you were someone that wanted to do a bunch of upgrades, even though it's fine, probably the way it is, you could probably turn this into a great guitar compared to just a good guitar. If you just grabbed a couple of new pickups, which these aren't too bad. I would expect the pots maybe could be changed out. Do a good setup, which this is pretty good. Dane did a good job. I could feel everything feels about right. And I think that that's my first initial impression. Yeah, that's my thought. I don't know. I don't got anything else.
Not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. If you bend a little bit crazy, it gets a little out of tune. That could be, though, because these are newer strings and you might want to go through and stretch them out real good.
Yeah.
But yeah, not bad for what it is. So, cool little guitar. Fesley, inhabited by spirits.
Yeah. All right. Hey, take us out with something.
Okay.
Thanks, son. Yeah, this, I don't know who printed this up, but Electric Guitar? No, Electric Guitar? I don't know what that even says.